Golden Blue Dude here with you again. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I make videos every single day, sometimes multiple videos depending on how active the day is or what kind of mood I'm in. So if you're a college football fan, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you don't like this video, maybe you'll like one of my other videos. So it's a very fluid situation in the Big Ten over the past week. There was rumors that 6 teams out of the Big Ten were going to still try to play college football. Then we had the Justin Fields petition. Then we have the parents sending and hand-delivering letters to Kevin Warren, the Big Ten commissioner. And then we had a parent of an actual player saying he's going to go fly and talk to the commissioner himself. And then we had more rumors that those same 6 teams, Michigan, Ohio State, Iowa, Wisconsin, Penn State, and Nebraska, were going to try to play with other conferences or try to do their own little mini schedule. And then Kevin Warren comes out and issues an open letter saying, no, we're sticking to our guns. We're not going to allow you to play. So I've done a lot of videos on this, and the reason I have an issue with how he handled it compared to how the Pac-12 handled it is the Pac-12 had much more transparency and much more, at least acted like they cared about their players and fans. With the Big Ten, he's very vague about his answers and doesn't even recognize the concerns and grievances of his own teams, his own players, and his own parents of those players. So I think the real big issue with Kevin Warren is the fact that he hasn't shown any respect to how, his fan base and teams and members have reacted, or, the fact that they still want to play college football. Look, if you want to make that decision, that's fine. But he wasn't very specific about it other than, it's about the COVID-19 and blah, blah, blah. The Pac-12 actually gave specifics as to why they made that decision. And whenever he did get blowback from, the players, teams, and parents, he acted like it didn't happen. He didn't say, okay, I hear your concern, but here's why we can't do that. And I understand your frustration, but here's why we can't do that. We've talked to so-and-so. They've said specifically this and specifically that. It's just not doable. All he keeps doing is putting out these statements that we're not going to play because we don't feel it's safe because of COVID-19. We get it. COVID-19 is a very serious situation. We're all taking it very seriously. But, the ACC, SEC, and Big 12 have talked to their own medical experts as well and have decided that it is safe. So we're trying to see why, you think this and other people think that, and he's not actually addressing it other than just keep saying we're not going to play. So, like I said in my previous video, there are still options for these 6 teams or whoever else he wants to play. And the biggest option is to get rid of Kevin Warren. Now, that would take guts and fortitude to do that, but that is an option. Or you could go the route, like I said before, of doing your own little mini schedule without being under the Big Ten banner. Would that cost some money? Yes. But is playing football in the spring going to cost money as well? And I think the answer is yes, because you're going to have, in my opinion, I think you're only going to have freshmen and sophomore wanting to play in the spring, because the juniors and seniors that want to go on and play in the NFL aren't going to want to play in the spring because they're going to want to do their, workouts for the NFL draft and all that other stuff, the combine and all that other stuff. So it's not going to be a great product anyways. So just the fact that he hasn't really shown respect for the people that have told him, hey, we still want to play. We've talked to people. Our universities have done everything they've done. We've done everything we could. And how's it going to change by spring? And it's just, to me, it comes off as disingenuous and just making an executive decision. At first he said the vote was 12-2. Then it comes out that it possibly could have been 8-6, or, you know, an AD or a president saying we weren't even aware of a vote at all. So it's a bunch of vagueness and the lack of transparency. If you're going to make a decision like that, you need to be super transparent about it. Like I said, I'm not getting on to him about the actual decision. I'm getting on to him about how he made the decision, because if you remember, a week earlier they announced the schedule and everything, and then a week later all of a sudden it's a completely different situation. What happened between then and then, that week? What happened within that week that made you decide that it wasn't safe, whereas in before you acted like that it was safe? So that's my biggest issue with Kevin Warren. And honestly, and I've given this opinion before, I think the Big Ten does need to part ways with Kevin Warren, because his PR skills is basically not there, and he's shown that he's going to make a decision no matter who feels about what. It's his decision. He's going to make it, and you got to live with it. So that's my biggest issue with him. And the big thing is what happened between when you made the schedule and when you decided not to play at all. What happened in that time span? That's what everybody wants to know. What happened? Just answer that one question, and maybe this will feel a little bit better and maybe feel like you're being more genuine about it. Just let us know what happened in that time period. That's all I'm saying. And basketball season. What about basketball season? Are you gonna do the same thing and wait till the last minute to make a decision? You need to start talking about basketball season right now, or you're gonna have the same thing happen and you're gonna have more people mad. So the discussion needs to happen instead of waiting till the last minute and not really giving any other reasons other than we don't feel safe because of COVID-19. We get it. It's a serious thing. But you need to let us know what is going on. And that's the biggest issue. That's all I got for you for this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video.